And welcome back, everyone. Welcome to another CranKy Ducklings broadcast, to another broadcast of HomeStory Cup number 22. Of course, I am your host, Live VIP, and with me for the first time in years, Papi. It's been so long. Hello and welcome, AsherBro.
Oh, for the first time.
Oh.
Yeah, it's good to be introduced to all these new fresh faces.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's been a while since it's been like 7 days, Papi.
Been years.
Oh god, but it's good to be back here with our final week of HomeStory Cup coverage. It's been a long time coming. You know, we've been covering group after group every single week for the past couple of weeks, and now we are almost done, just in time for I Am TvT.
Beautiful. We are going to be farewelling these old maps. It's a bit hard to say goodbye. We had to spend a little bit more time with them.
I mean, no, I agree. I miss the old maps as well, you know, aesthetically, I would say, and also memory as well. Yeah, I don't think, have we casted on the new maps together yet, Asher?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, we did. Oh, we sang together. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, one time. Yeah.
Oh god, so I'm sure we can come up with some more. But yeah, so there's wondering, we are going to be covering Group C today, and Group C, just like every group to be fair, is quite stacked in HomeStory Cup. A lot of amazing players, and even some Terran players.
Yeah, exactly. And we have two of those right here.
We do, so we may as well just jump straight into it. Asher, our first series of the night, it's gonna be Kira versus Kelazhur.
Diego,
Papi. Are you good to count us in, Asher? Are you good?
Oh, okay. Oh, toi,
Oh.
go. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, playing for Team Liquid, it is the Brazilian Terran in the red, Kelazhur.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Waterfall LE, we have his, or ESL even, we have his opponent, the South Korean Terran player representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. It is Cure. Oh boy, so it's been a while since we've had a solid TvT. You know, a lot of these other groups have been featuring, you know, some of the other players that we expect, you know, your Serals, your Rainers, but it's cool, it's definitely cool to see some of the more established Terran players in the region. I know that, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think Maru went to HomeStory Cup, so there's, you know, a lot riding on the shoulders of players like Kieran, and Kelazhur as well has been actually performing quite well recently.
Yeah, he has, and he's been practicing very hard. Pretty much every time I tune into Twitch around midnight, 1 a.m., I can see him deep in the customs with Max Pax or Lambo or Clem or someone like that. So he's definitely pushing himself to go for that top level of player.
Are you saying that is he the one to blame for your degen sleep schedule? Like, are you in the middle of... Oh.
No.
Okay.
He usually finishes before I go to sleep.
You're an animal, Papi. Oh my god. Fair enough. Really, he's there to keep Asher company. He's there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Keeps me warm on the ladder, puppy.
Oh god. So yeah, we'll see how he does, especially as, you know, these two regions are going to be colliding a little bit. Kelazhur has been able to get some pretty impressive results recently, especially in places like World Team League, if you remember. But now that, you know, it's been, you know, a month since that WTL match against Maru, we're here against Cure, and Cure, he's a pretty terrifying opponent to be up against.
Yeah, absolutely. And right away, we see him doing something a little bit different. This is something that I've been seeing a reasonable amount on Waterfall, or I did see a reasonable amount on Waterfall. I guess Waterfall is a thing of the past now. But this is, it's kind of to blind counter a 2-Rax Reaper, but it also takes advantage of how small this map is. It's almost like a semi-proxy 2-Rax Reaper just because the map's so tiny.
Yeah, I guess so, you know, like, I am not upset to be losing Waterfall, but, you know, the Reapers of Kira do get across the map. Nice defense here from Kelazhur. He does take down that SCV in the end, does protect his own building at the natural, and now with this Hellion coming out, he should be able to hold on to his ramp.
Yeah, so really good start there. Oh, Cure not quite watching his units for a moment, but neither is Kelazhur, so they'll be trading out a Reaper each, but with a second Reaper going down for Kelazhur, this can start to spiral and snowball quite quickly.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Kelazhur just overextending a little bit here. Thankfully, he does have a couple of reinforcements coming out. His second Hellion is going to be coming out in time as well. Oh, as he does pick off one of those more Reapers.
Very slick movement with the Hellions as well, just dodging out of the way of those mines there, but Cure, he is starting to rally in those Hellions. He will continue to do so as he gets a much, much later natural, so it's very important for Cure that he starts to look to get some damage here.
Yeah, exactly. Like, his natural still barely even, you know, 40% done here. To be fair, he has remade a lot of these Reapers, and now he's going to be trying to bust his way in towards the natural base. Let's get a lot of damage done already on one of those Hellions. Does take it out.
Yeah, one Hellion going down there. He does have a little bit of a spread with those Reapers. One of them going to be going down as well. Pretty important for him that he keeps his pressure on, especially while these Reapers are low on health, but just does look like that Kelazhur's done just enough to be able to secure this natural, and that nets him a really nice lead.
Yeah, so far so good here. You know, his Cyclones are on the way, he's got Banshees on the way as well, but at the same time, Cure, he is not stopping. He's continued Reaper production. He is busting into the natural base. Can he does pick off a mule. He does get the second mule as well.
Yeah, Cure dancing back and forth beautifully, but so is Kelazhur. He's able to keep both of his Hellions alive, and always the sign of a good player when you look at their Reaper Hellion and everything's on red health.
Yeah, nothing has died here, or very little has died for Kelazhur, and he's kind of weathered the storm. You know, he's through the worst of it, which was Cure with his Hyper Reaper aggression. Looking at the units lost tab here, you can see that Cure invested a lot into those Reapers. 5 Reapers went down, and it didn't really make up for his worker deficit. You can see there the worker count heavily in Kelazhur's favor.
Yeah, at least it was, but Kelazhur has run into a bit of a supply block here. That's not going to help him out there, so Cure is starting to close the gap. Only 3 or 4 SCVs away. Still pretty significant when it comes to the early game, especially in a mirror matchup, but he is starting to find his way back into this one.
Yeah, definitely. He's not too far behind here. Oh, this Banshee, a little bit unfortunate, does go toe-to-toe with those Marines and already sustains a lot of damage. The Cyclone is going to try and catch it, and it looks like it will get that Banshee.
Ooh. Yeah, nice movement by Cure to be out on the map with those units. They're having a lot of map presence, but for Kelazhur, just picking off Marines is really important here. You can see that Cure's going into a bit of a 2-1-1 setup, and anything you can do just to slow down that initial double drop timing is really going to help you out as a defender here.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, we do have another bit of a skirmish outside the natural of Kelazhur. Ends up losing one of those Hellions, I believe. But so far, his spread is quite good. He's already got 2 tanks covering his main base. Oh, does deny entry for those Reapers from Cure. But again, Cure, he's a lot more concerned with just keeping an eye on Kelazhur, keeping him at home as he works towards that 2-1-1, as you were saying. Actually, even getting a 3rd base on location, Cure is.
Yeah, very strong move here to get that 3rd base on location, especially considering how much map control that he does have. But Kelazhur's orbital, his 3rd orbital, is finishing up right now, so he still maintains a very significant lead.
Yeah, and now his army's pushing out, quite a powerful army at that. He's got 3 tanks, he's got these 2 Ravens, he's looking to try and situate and establish this 3rd base. Curie's going to be trying to get eyes on this, but oh, he will lose both of his Reapers, so he's going to be that much more in the dark.
Yeah, I mean, Cure still remains on 2 Raxes as well. This 2-on-1 drop is very heavily delayed by his opening. Nothing that's a big mistake by him, but just the nature of the opening. But having only 2 Raxes at the moment, I'm having trouble trying to imagine a way for Cure to get himself back into this.
Yeah, I mean, so far the drop is going by undetected. We do see Kelazhur pushing across that, but of course, those are Marines that are not going to be at home to defend. Also, Cure ends up losing his own defensive Cyclone, and his 3rd is so exposed.
Yeah, that's right, but no fear at all from Cure. Dives straight on in there. Those tanks are going to keep him safe at home, and these Marines are going to get a hell of a lot of damage. This is starting to get out of control. Is Kelazhur going to be able to get back in time to help defend? He loses stim.
Oh my god, the tech lab gets focused down here. The tank goes down as well. The reinforcements are not going to be enough, and Kelazhur, he turns around. He also doesn't punish the third base of Cure.
Oh man, oh man. I mean, we have these old turrets, the old auto turrets. They do a lot better against the Marines here, so it's going to help him clean this up, but it feels like the damage has already been done because Kelazhur, he was the one wanting to put pressure on, and now Cure, he's coming across the map. He's going to look to be denying a third.
Oh my god, and two of Kelazhur's tanks just got picked off as they were retreating back home as well. Kelazhur, he's just falling apart here. The third tank goes down as well. Cure maybe overextending. He's going to try and force his way up this natural.
Yeah, I do feel like going for the natural here is definitely a little bit of an overextension. He is going to be denying a lot of mining of Kelazhur, but Kelazhur should be able to go for the cleanup here, especially with the energy on his Raven, and I feel like the third might have been an easier target.
Yeah, I think so as well. The third again untouched. We do have a couple auto turrets being thrown down. Kelazhur is looking to clean this up, and oh, it's costing him a lot, and he just barely isn't.
Yeah, I mean, I say that, but Kelazhur, he can't break the position. GG is caught in Cure with a crazy comeback there.
Wow, GG Cure. It was looking like he was he was like in a rough position in the early game, you know. His opener put himself behind. He wasn't able to catch up. He wasn't able to get worker damage done. But that quote-unquote late 2-on-1 drop, which was late, by the way, it was a little bit offbeat, it was a little bit off-timed, but it completely caught Kelazhur completely by surprise.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Cure kind of pulled blood from stone there and really caught Kelazhur at the wrong time. I think for Kelazhur, maybe moving out, not necessarily the right decision if he had all the information, just because he's so far ahead. I mean, when you're playing as the more economic player against a 2-on-1, you might even consider not landing your third for a little while just to make sure that you're all locked down and safe. So moving out is definitely it's a big risk if he knew what was going on.
Definitely. Like, as you were saying, there was no real reason to. He was already just getting further ahead, right? I guess we have to assume, and I mean, to be fair, like, he didn't scout the main of his opponent. His Banshee went across the map, but his Banshee was mostly focused on the natural of Cure. So because of that, it's possible that he wasn't really expecting a medevac drop to be coming his way at the time. So if that's the case, it's a bit of a shame, because that was one of the only ways for Cure to come back in that game and to win it the way that he did.
Yeah, absolutely. And props, of course, to Cure for finding that and being so very aggressive.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh boy, some of these players are just built a little bit different, and now Cure, he's gonna have a nice 1-0 lead, but will he be able to extend that lead, or are we gonna have a tied up series? We're gonna be getting ready for game number 2, and as a reminder, these are best of 2s.
Oh, I actually forgot that. I saw a second game and I was like, oh, he doesn't win. And then I just realized that, no, it doesn't mean that necessarily.
Maybe no one wins, Papi. We don't know. But take it away, Asher. Take it away.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of the map, playing for Team Liquid, this is the Brazilian Terran in the red. It is Kelazhur.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Inside and Out, we have his opponent, the South Korean Terran player representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. It is Cure. Hey, you've polluted my mind. Whenever we're doing introductions and someone says Brazil, I immediately I'm thinking of
Brazil. Wow.
Let's go. I'm thinking of Oliveira reverse naked choking people. Let's go, Papi. Let's go.
Now I'm just thinking about, Kelazhur has been playing lots and lots of games, putting in that hard work, putting in that porrada.
Oh.
my favorite Brazilian meme. I think it translates roughly to like effing hard work.
Oh, let's
Such a good word.
He puts in the hours like no other. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's grinding, working all those positions. But we have a little bit of a reversal here. Cure in the first game went for the 2 racks in base with the Reapers on the small map. Diego on the slightly larger map is going to be proxying a second racks, and this is going to backfire very slightly. I feel like when you go for this build, you're hoping to be scouted so that they see your racks at home, that they think nothing's really up. They don't have to suspect anything, and then a few extra Reapers show up. The fight that you thought was just a one-on-one fight starts to spiral a little bit, but Cure, because he doesn't scout, will be checking for proxy locations with his Reaper, and there we go. He will find it straight away, and he should be able to prepare accordingly quite easily.
Yeah, it's a little bit smudged here for Kelazhur. Cure, as you were saying, does end up coming across that proxy. He's fully aware, and now mentally can prepare physically as well. He pulls some of these boys, recognizing that he will have a little bit of a Reaper deficit for a couple of moments here, and now it's going to be all about that micro.
Yeah, wow, Q actually pulling a lot of SEVs here, so he is taking this very seriously. Does mean the Kelazhur are going to start to get a little bit of damage here. 2 SEVs already going down, but as long as Cure can keep that damage from getting too out of control in time for his Hellion to arrive, he should be okay. And there we go, that Hellion about to pop now. That buys him a little bit more time.
Yeah, the Hellion has arrived here, and now Cure can go toe-to-toe with the Reapers all at Kelazhur. He's up to 3. We've got 2 more on the way. And we'll see what Kelazhur can get done. He can try and slip into the main base. He can even try and delay that natural base. For the time being, though, he's diving on top of the army. Up!
Yeah, he's going to be jumping straight on top, trying to snipe down these Reapers. 2 of those going down right away, and actually going to be taking the Hellion down as well. Oh. Kelazhur getting so much damage right now, and just like that, this is almost over, but 1 more going to be going down. Cure with a nice little snipe there with the Reaper.
Yeah, exactly. In the end, Cure was able to keep that Hellion alive as well, barely getting that repair. Was like on 1 HP. I don't know how he did it, but Kelazhur is not slowing down, and now he's rocking up with a Hellion of his own.
Yeah, very aggressive variation. I have seen Kelazhur do a few things like this recently, but ooh, that Marine pops out at the perfect time. 2 Reapers, 3 Reapers going down. This is not working out for Kelazhur here.
Yeah, exactly. Such an unfortunate moment there for Kelazhur. Drew away his attacks, and now he's forced back. I feel like he has lost a lot of his momentum here, but Kelazhur is not stopping. Behind this, he's got a medevac on the way.
Yeah, this is a pretty unusual variation. I was referring to it a little bit before. I remember seeing Kelazhur go for a proxy 2 racks and then making a factory and starport on location with his proxy 2 racks. This is a very aggressive way to play this build. Generally, when you play that proxy 2 racks Reaper, you're looking to get a slightly faster CC than your opponent and just put on enough damage to be slightly ahead. But Kelazhur, he's looking to end the game right here, right now.
Oh, we'll see if he can pull that off. I mean, again, this is going to be very unexpected. I remember the game that you're talking about. I think it was on Stargazers. I could be wrong. I think it was during WTL. But yeah, Kelazhur just coming out with something hyper aggressive. Here we go. The medevac is finally here, joining up with those Hellions and Reapers.
I think it was against Mario, actually.
Yeah, it was.
But here we go. So Cure has arrived. He is going to be taking that Cyclone out. Nice little pickup from Kelazhur there to break the lock on, but Cure playing things very safely, recognizing that Kelazhur has gone for a 1-1-1, and there's not really any pressure on him to land this CC right now.
Yeah, exactly. He's content to just chill here in his main base. There we go, finally finding a little bit of room to expand and land that CC. Kelazhur is forced back, and yeah, despite having a little bit more versatility and mobility with his units, he can't find a way in, but no, he's loading up his Hellions to go into the main.
Yeah, and Cure actually doing the same. This is very cute. Weirdly enough, Cure has 3 Hellions here, which don't one-shot SEVs, so I'm not really sure how well this is going to work out for him, but I guess they're not doing too much at home either, so might as well.
Might as well. Meanwhile, the drop in the main base for Cure has been spotted. His Cyclones are moving in position. Nice cancellation of the lock on. Kelazhur is going to be able to get the hell out of there with his forces. At the same time, though, Cure is slipping into the main of Kelazhur, and oh, that was a drop undetected.
Yeah, so there we go. The Hellions dive right in. They are starting to, damage some SCVs. As I was saying, three Hellions, not always the best against Terran, but oh, nice little connection there. So 7, 8 SCVs going down. That is huge damage for Cure, and Cure, if he wasn't ahead before, certainly is now.
Yeah, exactly. The one Hellion with barely any HP comes back into the main. I thought that was going to be a lot worse than it was. It finally gets cleaned up, but 9 SCVs going down to the 3 Hellion drop. Hey, why don't Terrans do that more often?
Yeah, definitely Kyo making a lot out of a little there. Very, very good control. And with that, he will be able to push out and start to secure his third, which is almost finished here. So he has a lot of different leads going for him right now. Kelazhur behind this, though, he has that 2-rack setup. He has got his stim already, so I think he's going to be looking to put some pressure on and stop Cure from landing this third.
Yeah, he's got stim. He's ahead in Ravens as well, but in a couple of seconds, Cure is going to pop out with that second defensive Raven of his own. There's definitely an opportunity here for Kelazhur. Here we go. He's coming in for the disables on the tanks. Up.
Yeah, good little window here, so... There we go, the auto turrets do go down. They're going to be setting up a lot of the shots out of those tanks. Cure with a nice retarget there, but the tanks will be in range, and that's Kelazhur taking out 2 tanks of Cure and delaying this third from landing.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like, the auto turrets of Cure are going to hold on to that third base. Kelazhur's going to try and find another way into the natural, but the reinforcements of Cure are trickling on out. He's pulling the boys as well.
Yeah, those turrets didn't quite go down for Kelazhur. They're really unfortunate that those got blocked. We see the tanks having a little skirmish with each other. Kelazhur's going to be winning out on that one, but the SCV pool just a little bit too strong here.
Yeah, but a lot of SCVs are going to be going down. Auto turrets are thrown down as well. The target firing from the tanks takes down the Cyclone.
Yeah, that was a huge volley coming out from the tanks as well. Cure is losing so much, and he hasn't broken the position. That's 20 SCVs going down, and Kelazhur went from being slightly behind in this game to being hugely ahead.
Oh my god, he's in position, papi. 21 SCVs go down Kelazhur. We were afraid, or I was afraid that as he was deflected from the third and rerouting his forces towards the natural, I thought maybe he was going to run out of steam, but no, the target firing and the control was too good, and Kelazhur is not done. He's loading up for a drop.
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about this red health medevac being loaded up with the tank inside it, especially with the Marines coming out there. But no, the reactions from Kelazhur are just a little bit too good here. He will be able to keep that safe, and looks like he's just trying to see if he can rotate around and just distract this army.
He's crazy, papi.
Yeah, a little.
That low health medevac did go down to the Vikings, by the way. Thankfully, Kelazhur was able to unload all of his units. He is going to finally back off, and things are going to settle down a little bit. But after all said and done, we can see here that Kelazhur has a nice lead when it comes to the workers. He's had stim for a long time as well. Here, there's a window where he doesn't have stim of his own, so his own Marines are that much weaker.
Yeah, and Kelazhur here, he's just trying to be as oppressive as he can with his map control, just cleaning up any of these little extra spotter Marines of Cure, trying to keep him in the dark and make it difficult for him to know how to defend. And yeah, Cure, he's having to go for a bit of a wider tank spread, and he doesn't really know what angle Kelazhur is going to be coming from.
Yeah, is he going to come from this way or that? We will find out as Kelazhur's rotating over again, clearing out more of these spotter Marines. To be fair, Cure is buying a little bit of time. He's pumping out more tanks. He's that much closer to finishing his own stim. As he tries to hold on to this position, sensor towers are getting up and running, so he can, again, focus his attention on the right-hand side instead.
I love this one SCV with the army as well, just desperately trying to do the last little bit of repair on this Raven. It's like some mailman who wanted to send some mail, and the guy's gone to war, and he's just chasing after him on the battlefield like, I have to give you this letter. Sir, I gave my word.
I have a parcel for you, sir. Please, papi.
Sir, stop running. Stop running.
Have you heard the word of God?
Do you have a moment to speak with me about our Lord and Savior Mario?
Meanwhile, Kelazhur getting some nice damage done here, takes down a gas geyser, actually ends up supply blocking Cure there, taking down some of those depots. Meanwhile, Cure's actually going to try and catch his army as he does turn around, but Cure almost gets himself caught out.
Yeah, Kelazhur on top of this, and both players just, trying to catch each other out of position, trying to drag each other this way and that way, threading little counterattacks. But feels like Kelazhur has really been the one absolutely dominating the map. And I love this missile turret. It's such a BM little missile turret. What can happen here as well is when they float over the CC to try to land it and take their base, the turret shoots the CC.
They're animals, Poppy. Meanwhile, here we go. The Ravens do sacrifice their lives for the disables, but we have a massive Dorito cannon on top of the army of Kelazhur. He is forced to back off, but his tanks are in range of the tanks of Cure.
Yeah, so the tanks can be taking out tanks. Kelazhur as well, not charging in with those Marines with the Dorito dust on them. Something that I 100% would have done and lost every single Marine. So nice to see a little bit of restraint there, just trying to preserve all of his units. Very nicely done.
The stutter stepping, he focuses down and he gets the orbital of Cure as well. He is knocked down to 2 CCs. Kelazhur keeping his tank count very healthy. At the same time, it worked for him in game number 1. We have a double drop of Marines in the main base of Kelazhur.
Yeah, there we go. Cure managing to sneak out that double drop, and it looks like this main CC going to be going down. We do have a quick little SCV pull, but not in time, and looks like Cure should be able to get on out of here with these units. Take some very nice trades against the Marines of Kelazhur.
Oh yeah, Kelazhur SimCity working against him a little bit there. A lot of Marines are going to be going down, but even though Kelazhur lost a lot of Marines, they were only Marines, and if he gets back home safely with his tanks, it's still going to be okay. Kelazhur, he unsieges, he's backing off as Cure is moving out.
Yeah, and I mean, Cure's base is a mess right now. He's trying to long-distance mine with, that looks like about 30 SCVs, long-distance mining from that 4th area there. Only on 2 bases, as you said, that main starting to mine out, and Kelazhur, he is rebuilding his main, and that'll be 4 bases that he's got going. So he has just so much more mining, so many more tanks, just every advantage he could have.
He's on siege, puppy! He's on siege! Oh my god, Kelazhur dives on in. He gets Dorito cannon, but it doesn't even... Oh no, it does kind of matter. He's going to lose a lot of Marines.
Matters a little bit. Going to be losing a lot of Marines. Might be losing 1 or 2 of these tanks, but these tanks are just going to be, running on through in that little world of tanks mode, smashing, and even the hot pickup there, making sure that we don't lose any of these red health tanks. They are starting to go down now, so Kelazhur, I think we've gotten fancy enough now. Time to get those out of there.
Oh yeah, a couple more tanks are going to go down here to these handful of Marines. So the hero Marines of Cure clean this up, force Kelazhur back. But at the same time, Cure has been bleeding out so much. Oh my god, it looks like some of the past observers are trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Oh god, but yeah, Kelazhur, he's looking pretty good.
Yeah, and with that little retreat there, he's going to be healing up all his tanks. And having a look over at the units tab, we have 9 tanks to 1. So that economic advantage that Kelazhur has had for quite a while now is starting to realize itself in a lot of different ways. And I think Cure, he's going to have to go for some desperate counterattacks here. This is a PF, though, in the top left-hand corner. I don't know how well that's going to go.
Yeah, there's a planetary fortress. Meanwhile, Kelazhur is looking to just swallow up this drop as well. Cure is setting up some multi-pronged aggression. We have another double drop moving over towards the right-hand side as well, so he's going to try and pull Kelazhur apart. We saw how well even the drop earlier in the main base of Kelazhur was able to do, and Kelazhur is taking this very seriously. He was in the middle of moving out, but because he hasn't cleaned up these drops, he does pull back.
Yeah, just like that, he sees what's going on in that sensor tower. He will be running on back to try to deal with this. That medevac very low. I don't think it has a booster. There we go. It will be going down. And yeah, Kelazhur is trying to make sure that he doesn't throw this game away, being very careful with his tanks and his positioning. And every moment that passes, he gets further ahead. But Cure just trying to stabilize, trying to get that mining going on his 3rd, maybe get a 4th up as well.
Yeah, and you could argue that, again, there's no kind of pressure on Kelazhur, and you can even argue that, hey, he could just be waiting for 3-3. You know, it's on the horizon. He can hit a very strong timing with that. Before that happens, though, Cure, he's sipping on in with more Marines. He picks off another tank. He's doing a lot with a little. Meanwhile, he has a massive force of Marines on the right-hand side as well, and he can also pick off some of these tanks.
Yeah, but I mean, like, having a look at what Kelazhur's got here, this severely dwarfs what Cure has, and I think he can take this slow, he can take this fast, he can take it whichever way he likes. This is going to go his way.
Yeah, it really is. Kelazhur, he just breaks on into the natural. GG gets called, and Kelazhur goes for the tied up series 1-1.
Yeah, there you go. So 1-1 once again. I really would love to see a third game. But I guess we're gonna have to wait till Katowice. Maybe they'll line up. You never know.
Aye. GG, well played. I wonder if that's the real like theory, the real reason for best of twos is really because we were talking about this before, right? No one's
To disappoint you. To get you ready for disappointments in your life.
Oh my not the direction I was going. Oh my god. But these best of twos, no one's satisfied. You know, it's like you're edging for the entire group stage for an entire day. You're on you're on the edge, ready to burst, and then bam, then you get what you want in the playoffs, in the bracket.
The October maneuver. No,
Exactly.
November.
Yeah. No, it works that way as well, right? You know, HomeStory Cup was at the very start of December, you know, so like a month long of just being pent up, you know, it just makes it that much better when you finally get what you want.
Oh, sweet release.
Oh god.
But yeah, with that we do see 1-1 tied on up, and we are going to continue to follow Cure.
Oh, exactly. So we are done with our TvT for the evening, and a pretty intense TvT. It was quite back and forth moments for both players. Quickly touching on game one, for example, there's a world out there where Kelazhur could have taken the series 2-0 against Cure of all people. Like, that's crazy. So really showing that all those late hours of streaming, of laddering, is paying off.
Yeah, that was some classic volatile TvT. I was very stressed out for the entire thing. Like, Cure, why must you do this? Why you gotta play like this? Kelazhur, he was more than up to the task of holding that lead that he gave himself and making sure that he didn't, you know, get pulled apart by the multi-prong, by the aggression of Cure.
Exactly. He was able to adapt very quickly on the fly in the middle of this series. But as you were saying, we are now getting ready for our second series of the night. Another very high-profile one. Two of the better players, or arguably best players in the group itself. Cure, he's going to be going up against a North American Protoss.